So today's revision 3 of the topic Who Am I? And let's start with the prayers as usual. Please recite the prayers along with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya
Namaste
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Okay, who wants to recite the first shloka?
Krishna,
Krishna, Rudra,
Jai.
Okay,
Jai.
Krishna first, and then Ramachandra, and then Jai. Krishna, you can please go ahead.
Nayanam chindanti sastrani, nayanam dati pavaka, achainam vedayante apo, asayasti marutah.
Very nice, Krishna. Thank you very much. Ramachandra, you can go ahead.
Nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka, achainam vedayante apo, nasoshayati marutah. Thank you, Mataji. Govinda wants to go.
Okay, thank you, Ramachandra.
Rudra,
Jai wanted to say, and then Vrinda can say. Jai, you can go ahead now.
Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam davakapavakaha, na chainam klandanti apo, na society marutaha.
Thank you very much.
Nainam chindanti shrashrani, nainam bhavati pavaka, na chainam kvedayanti apo, na soshayati marutaha.
Thank you, Vrinda.
Vrinda.
Aurav and then Vrinda Rai. Okay, Aurav, you can go ahead.
Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledayanti apo, na soshayati maruta.
Thank you very much, Aurav. Very nice. Yes, Vrinda Rai, you can go ahead.
Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledayanti apo, na soshayati maruta. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Very nice recitation. Anybody else who would like to recite?
Rudra,
Who was that?
Rudra.
Rudra. Yes, please go ahead.
Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dati pavaka, natenam kledayantapo, nasosaiti maruta.
Thank you, Rudra. That was very nice. Anybody else? I see Shrilasya, I see Chinmay. Anybody else who would like to recite the shloka? Suraj, go ahead, please.
Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledayantapo, na sayati maruta.
Thank you very much, Suraj. Very nice.
Shilasya.
Shilasya, please go ahead.
Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, nainam chainam kaledyanti po, na soyasti marutaha.
Thank you, Shilasya.
Chinmay.
Yeah, Chinmay, go ahead.
Nainam chin sastrani, nainam da pavakaha, nainam
न चैनं क्लेदापो न सोजत मातरिः.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else who would like to recite before we move to the next sloka? Okay, anybody who would like to read the translation of this verse?
Krishna.
Jay. Rudra.
Okay. Krishna and Jay, you both can read.
The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
Thank you, Krishna. Jay, do you want to read the translation again?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
The soul cannot be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can be burned by fire, nor can be moistened by water, nor can be withered by wind.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please remember this point. I'm going to ask in the lesson as well because it relates to one of the points in the lesson. Okay? Remember the translation. Okay. Next.
This is Shreya.
You can read the next shloka if you want.
Jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhujah ajo mutyo sashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire.
Thank you very much, Shreyas.
Ramachandra.
Ramachandra, go ahead, please.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भवितवा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Thank you very much, Ramachandra.
Chinmay?
Chinmay, yes, please go ahead.
न जायते मृत्यं वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भवितवा न भूयः अजो नित्यं शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते न हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Thank you very much, Chinmay. Very nice.
Krishna.
Krishna, please go ahead.
न जयते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नयनं भूत्वा भवितव्य न भूय अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Thank you, Krishna. Very nice. Anyone else who would like to try the second shloka? Najayate.
Arav.
Aurav. Yes, please go ahead.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भवितवा न भूय अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Thank you very much, Aurav. Very nice recitation. Okay, who wanted to read the translation?
Rudra.
Krishna.
Rudra.
Okay, Shilasya and Rudra. Okay, Shilasya, you want to read it first?
Yes, Mataji. For the soul there is never birth nor death, nor having once been does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying, and primeval, and he is not slain when the body is slain.
Thank you, Shilasya. Very nice. Rudra, you can also read one more time.
For the soul there is never birth nor death, nor having once been, does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, undying, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
Thank you very much. Very nice reading. Okay, so, yeah, remember the point that he is not slain when the body is slain. That's going to relate to our lesson for revision for today. Okay, so let's move on to our revision of lesson 3 and lesson 6. So first we're going to do lesson 3. Lesson 3, where am I going? Okay, so first question, I'm going to ask some questions, some fill in the blanks, some true or false. It's going to be a mix. Okay, so the first one is, what is reincarnation? Anybody can give a definition of reincarnation?
When you take birth again and again. To take birth again and again.
Yes.
Take birth again and again.
Yes, to take birth into different bodies again and again. Okay, very nice. Very nice definition. Okay, the next question is a fill in the blank. Ever since we left the spiritual world, we have been busy reincarnating into different
bodies.
Different bodies. Yes, very nice. In different
Species.
species. Very nice. Good try. In different in the material world. How many? Okay. What is the thing that is there in the material world?
Greediness, anger, love.
Love. No, I'm not talking about qualities. I'm talking about the different planets. Okay, so I'm talking about the planets in the material world. So we not only take birth in different species in one planet, we also take birth in different species in different planets inside the material world. So as long as we are in the material world, we will keep incarnating.
Spiritual world? Spiritual world?
Spiritual world.
I'm talking about the material world. So ever since we left the spiritual world, we have been reincarnating into different bodies, in different species, in different planets in the material world. Okay, that's what the sentence is. Okay. We were all once with Krishna, but because of our feelings, we have taken birth in this material world. What feelings we have towards Krishna?
Greediness, anger, lust.
No, only one answer. What is that one word?
Envy.
Material desire.
Envy. Yes, many of you said it right. Enviousness. Okay? So because of our envious feelings, we have taken birth in this material world. What is envy? We have thought that why Krishna has to be the master all the time and why should I serve him?
You want to be the boss.
Yeah, I want to be a master for a change. So that is what is the envious feeling. Why that person alone has to be the master? Why can't I be? That feeling we had, that's why we have taken birth in the material world. Okay, reincarnation is compared to changing. What example we saw? Clothes. Very nice. Yes, reincarnation is changing bodies. But what is it compared to? It is compared to changing clothes. We saw the example of how we changed from the night dress to... What was that? Okay, so we are changing from the night dress into different clothes when we go to play, different clothes when we go to school, different clothes when we are at home. So we saw that example of changing clothes, right? That is what is the comparison of reincarnation. And the next question, every time we change clothes, our body does not change. Only our outer clothes change. Similarly, every time we reincarnate into different bodies, the body changes, but the dash does not change. Soul. Yes. Okay, so that is the comparison. That is the comparison that we talked about now. Okay. Do we get to choose our next body?
No.
Yes.
No. It's our karma that chooses it.
Yes, no, or partial?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Karma chooses it.
Right. Both answers are right, but it is also partial yes and partial no. Okay? We'll see that a little later. What type of body we take is dependent on our
Karma.
Very nice. Okay, so now the question that we spoke about. In what way do we get to choose our next? We do get to choose our next body in a way. In a way, we do not get to choose. Okay, so you have to answer in what way we get to choose our next body, and we also have to answer in what way we don't have a choice of choosing the next body. So both questions, yes and no, you have to answer. Who's going to do that? One person.
Action.
Rudra.
Yay.
Okay,
The actions that we do, that's what Vrinda is saying. That
Oh yeah, Vrinda, thank you so much, Vrinda. That's true. Rudra, you want to say something?
Yeah, we do get to change our kind of pick our bodies next, because it depends on what we do at this life in the material world. If we do something bad, we're gonna get a bad kind of life.
Yes, very true. So that way we get to choose our next body. But in what way do we not get to choose our next body?
Yay.
Yes, Jay, please go ahead.
At the time of death, if we think of an elephant, we get an elephant body.
What
That's
is
how we
I can't hear you, Jay. I can't hear you.
we get to go
Yes, very true. Jay, I can't hear you. Can you please be a little louder?
Okay, so if we think of an elephant, we turn into an elephant body next life. But if we think of Krishna, we'll go back to Krishna.
Okay, that way we choose our next body. So I'm asking that we do not have the choice to choose what kind of body we want, because that is based on that is based on laws of karma. Okay, so the choice is only of what activities we do. Our choice is not to choose what body exactly we go into. That is chosen by the laws of karma. Okay. The next question. What type of activities we do while we live determines our thoughts at the time of death. Death. Very nice. And what we think at the time of death determines our next
Body.
birth. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. All of you are really giving your attention. The next question. State true or false. If a person eats meat, then in his next birth he will take birth as an animal who will be slaughtered for food.
True.
Read the question carefully again. Okay. If a person eats meat, then in his next birth he will take birth as an animal who will be slaughtered for food. Is it mandatory that he has to take a birth as an animal who will be slaughtered for food?
Not
false.
No. Yes.
Very true. Not necessarily, okay? Not necessarily. So it depends on the laws of karma. It could be possible. He may take birth as an animal who will be slaughtered for food. But how the laws of karma work, we never understand. He could also take birth as an animal who really wants to slaughter other animals for food. Like, for example, tiger. So that is what we saw in the workbook as well. That is what we saw in our lesson 3. It is possible that he can be taking birth as an animal who will be slaughtered for food. It is also possible that he can take birth as a tiger who likes to kill animals and eat their meat. So what type of body, what type of karma we get out of it is dependent on our previous karma, on the laws of nature. The calculation is made by, as I said, Yamaraj. Okay. So we don't understand. So it is not mandatory that he has to take a birth like that, okay? So he may take. So I wanted to stress on that point, that word will, okay? Will is not necessary. Okay, next question. What are the laws of karma? How do you define laws of karma? What is it exactly? What do you mean by laws?
Like, we have rules to follow at home, like you must do your homework when you come from school. And you must go to sleep at a certain time. Like, these rules apply like your laws in your home.
Yes.
And if you break that, you will get punished.
Yes, so when you break the rule, you get punished. Okay, so that is what exactly the laws of karma also. The laws of karma are a set of rules that need to be followed when you take birth as a human being in the material world. Okay? Where has Krishna spoken about the laws of karma?
And the Kurukshetra war?
Gita.
Yes. So he spoke the Bhagavad Gita at the Kurukshetra war. Very nice. So he has spoken about all these laws of karma in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So we have to follow the instructions that Krishna has given us in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. What happens if we do not follow the laws of karma?
We can get punished.
We'll get punished.
We can be punished.
We
can either get punished in the same lifetime or we can get punished in a different lifetime. Okay, for all the actions that we do, there's going to be some reaction. Okay. Okay, now that we said that we have been envious of Krishna and we have taken birth in the material world, why does Krishna not force us to serve him as a punishment for being envious of him? Why?
Because it is our choice.
Because it's our choice?
Yes. Okay, so why Krishna is giving us giving us that choice is because we all are individuals. We all have our personality, our likes and dislikes. Krishna wants us to love him genuinely out of our spontaneous love for him. He does not want to force us. If he forces us, then our free will is destroyed. He does not want to destroy our free will. He wants to respect our feelings. He wants us to love him out of our own accord. Okay? That is why Krishna does not force us. Next question. What happens if one thinks following at the time of death? For example, one thinks of money at the time of death. What could happen? What could happen?
He or she will be a cash, like a bank teller or something like that.
Yes, we saw that example, right? Yes, he or she could take birth as a bank teller. That could be an example of a karmic reaction. Okay, what happens if one thinks of a dog at the time of death?
They be a dog. They be a dog.
Very nice. He or she could be born as a dog. What happens if you think of Krishna at the time of death?
You go to Krishna. You go to Krishna.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I was happy that nobody said that you become Krishna because we are so spontaneously telling these things, right? When we think of a dog, we become a dog. When we think of a deer, we become a deer. So when we think of Krishna, we do not become Krishna, but we go back to Krishna Loka. Okay, very nice. All of you are awake. Okay, so the next lesson 6, okay, the revision of a lesson 6. This material world, this is a choose the correct answer, okay? Read carefully. This material world is not a comfortable place to be. Choose which is the right comparison for that. A, fish out of water. B, a person in jail with all comforts. C, both A and B.
A. Both A and B. A and B.
Yes. A and B. That's the right answer. Okay? Remember, I also gave the example of how a person is in jail with all the comfort and still he is not happy because he is inside the jail. So similarly, we have been put into this jail of material world and we cannot be happy with whatever comforts we make around us. So both A and B is the right answer. Next one. State true or false. Once we return to Krishna, there is a possibility that we may come back to the material world again if we are not careful. True or false?
True.
True. Is it true? Is there a possibility that we may come back? Remember the shloka?
Yes.
Remember the shloka that we saw? That Krishna says that when we go back to Krishna, once you return back to Krishna Loka, you do not come back again.
You'll stay there.
Yes, it's there in the Bhagavad Gita, that shloka. Yad gatvana nivartante taddama paramam mama. Once you go back to Krishna Loka, you do not come back. Okay? And also it's there in the workbook. Please go through that sentence very carefully. Okay. It's there in lesson 6. Okay, that whole shloka, and the last line it says that in that shloka. Okay, the last line says that once you go back to Krishna, you do not return back to the material world again. Okay, next question. This is also a true or false. We all have spiritual bodies in the spiritual world where we are with Krishna.
Yes. True.
Yes. True. Very true. Okay. Now this is a fill in the blank. We can go back to Godhead by remembering dash at the time of death.
Krishna.
Very nice. Okay. Even if we waste our entire life trying to enjoy, we can easily think of Krishna at the time of death and go back to Godhead. Is it true or false?
True.
False.
Is it easy to think of Krishna at the time of death if we waste our entire life? No, right? It's so difficult to think of Krishna at the time of death. So that's why we have to prepare and practice our whole life to keep remembering Krishna again and again so that we can think of him at the time of death. So this is false. So if we waste our entire life trying to enjoy, we cannot so easily think of Krishna at the time of death. Okay? The next question. We can think of Krishna at the time of death by performing dash and remembering dash in all that we do. So what do we perform?
Yagna?
No. We do service. What service do we do?
Devotional service.
Devotional
Service. To the staff.
So while performing devotional service and remembering whom?
Krishna.
So Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give away, do it as an offering to me, or do it in remembrance of me. So we have to remember Krishna in all that we do. Very nice. Next one. Stay true or false. Even if one sees near and dear ones dying, one forgets that he or she will die one day. That is why we have to constantly think of Krishna in all that we do, chant his holy names, and render devotional service to him. True, right?
True.
Again and again. How many ever times you chant? How many ever times you constantly think of Krishna? Still it is not enough, right? Because we have to think of Krishna at the time of death. So if you want to be 100% sure to get through in the exam, then you have to prepare again and again, practice again and again, right? So similarly, if you want to get through in the final exam of life, which is death, then you have to again and again constantly think of Krishna, chant his holy names, and keep on rendering devotional service to him. Okay? Now, I was just trying to see if somebody remembers what comparison we saw for the painful, the death, pain of death.
Mataji,
Yes?
I've heard two comparisons. 42,000 scorpion bites and 107 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice comparison. So, yes, it's very true, 42,000 scorpion bites. Now, the scorpion bite is just a way of putting forward to say that how intense the pain is. It is not exactly that 42,000. It's just to say that so much of pain is there at the time of death. It is just a calculation to say that the pain is very intense. Okay? This is just for your information. The next question. In that painful condition, is it easy to think of Krishna while dying?
No.
No. If somebody has some pain, he will only focus on the pain. He will not think about anything else. First, I have to get rid of my pain. That will be the first thought, right? So, if in that painful situation, if we have to think of Krishna, what should we do?
Do devotional service your whole life.
Yes, practice doing devotional service and thinking of Krishna your whole life.
Doing
Very
all
nice.
that.
Okay. We should not be disturbed by any illness or loss that happens to us while we are in this material body, because
We are the soul.
You're the soul.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, very good answers. All of you are giving very good answers. Okay, because we are the soul, we are not the body. Okay. What is the one most important thing needed to go back to Krishna from Chandulal's story? If we have something dash, then we can go back to Krishna. What is that one thing that is most important?
Remembering?
Those things are all process. Remembering Krishna, rendering devotional service, this is all the process. But apart from the process,
Self-realization?
what was that?
Self-realization?
Not exactly self-realization, but I'm just talking about, because see, I'll give you a clue. Krishna has given us the free will, right? Krishna has given us the free will. He is not forcing us. But because he is not forcing us, if we have the dash from our side, if we take that effort, what is that word? I'm looking for that word.
Desire.
Desire. That could also be one of the, desire is also a very good answer. But from the story we saw the word eagerness. Okay, you want to go back to Krishna. That is when you can really go back to Krishna. If you don't want, how many ever times Narada Muni came back? Chandulal did not want to go back, remember? So you have to want to go back to Krishna. So you have to have the eagerness or the desire to go back to Krishna. That is when you can go back to him. Okay, the next question. The dash is a place of eternal happiness.
Spiritual world.
Good. Spiritual world. Very nice. All of you answered very nicely all the questions. I'm happy, and please continue to prepare well for your exams. Before we conclude, I want to put forward this question. Okay, so we saw that performing devotional service is the method or the process by which we can think of Krishna at the time of death. And you all know that different types of devotional service you see different people for performing. So you have to list at least 3 of your favorite services that you would like to perform for Krishna. Like for example, some people like to sing, some people like to cook, some people like to draw good paintings of Krishna, some people like to do aarti, some people like to do abhishek. So list 3 services, 3 of your favorite services. I know that many of you can do many services. All of you are very talented in many areas, I'm very sure. But I want you to write the 3 most favorite services that you would like to perform for Krishna. Okay? And please answer it in the WhatsApp group and send me your answers. Okay?
Mataji, when's the test?
Test is next week. It's going to be probably 1 or 2 days depending on everybody's comfort. So, test is going to be next week. Please prepare well. All the 6 lessons. It's not a very vast topic. It's only very few.
It's pretty easy.
Yes, it's a very small subject. Okay? Who am I is not a very big topic, so you wouldn't need so much of time. We want to give you a Christmas break, a holiday break, so that's why we want to have the exam next week. Is that fine? Anybody has any questions?
No. Actually, I feel like it's better if we continue, if we do the exam after winter break, I think, because
that's gonna be a long break, okay? You might forget whatever you learned. That's why we are having the test next week, okay? So as soon as we are done, if you do the exam, everything will be fresh in your mind. Okay, you're gonna have questions from the shlokas, you're gonna have questions from the translation as usual, and you will have all the questions from all 6 lessons. Is it fine? Anybody has any more questions?
Hare Krishna, please.
No.
Focus they need to know is 2.20 and 2.23, right? For this session?
Yes, 2.23 and 2.20. Okay, so thank you all very much. You all did the revision very well as well. Please continue to prepare well and let's meet next time. Okay? Let's conclude here with the Vaishnava prayers. Vancha
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, for the
Okay, thank you all very much.
Mataji,
Yes?
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Mataji, I have one, I'm Jay's mom, and I have one question. I was a little confused. I could not explain it to Jay. So can you explain it, Mataji?
Yes,
like, you know how in Bhagavad Gita it says that whatever you think at the time of your death, at the end, like how you said, if you think of a dog, you get a body of a dog. But then on the other side it says that you get a body according to your karma. So can you explain that to Jay? He asked me, but I could not explain it. So
I didn't understand the question fully, Mataji, because we took the example of a dog. That I was saying that it is possible that you could get a body of a dog if you think of a dog at the time of death. So
yes, so that he understood. But then also it says, like for the karma, you get like if you slaughtered a cow, you would get a body of a cow, and that person would slaughter you, like the cow would slaughter you. So do you get it according to your karma, or you get it according to what you think at the time of your death, your body in the next life?
It's both dependent. It's a complex mixture of both. In the sense that if you do some activities throughout your lifetime, it is more possible that you might think of something related to that at the time of death. But it is definitely karma. What you think of at the time of death is determined by your activities. So it's a complex mixture of both, which we do not understand.
Mataji, because of our karma only, we might think that, right? Because we are thinking that because of our previous karma, maybe that also could be happen, right?
Yeah, so
You heard that at the time of death, all the events in our life just pass like a camera reel, like a movie reel, and the scene on which our we leave our breath. That is the we will be thinking about that. So if your whole life is sinful and you just see those sinful activities, you end up taking birth of that cow whom you killed or something.
yes, very true. Thank you so much, Mataji, for adding that. So the conclusion is that what you think of at the time of death is going to determine your next body. But what activities you did in your previous lifetime, any bad activities that you do, that karma, you will get it in the next life. Similar reaction, you will get it in the next life. Did that answer the question, Mataji?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So thank you all very much. We can end the call here. Hare Krishna.
Nashima.
Thank you, Mataji.